America's pastime has been a part of the Vegas community for over 40 years. And as our city grew, so did the love of the game. Now, excitement is growing for our next home team. All season long, Fox 5 and the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network are covering athletics baseball on the field, in our community. As we build our future together, America's pastime will soon call the Valley home. Play ball, Las Vegas. This is Covering the Bases with the A's.
What's up, baseball fans? This is Covering the Bases with the A's, the first ever Vegas show devoted strictly to athletics baseball. I'm Mike Davis here alongside Kevin Bollinger. Kevin, tell us what's on deck.
Well, here is the batting order for today's show. Nick Kurtz records maybe the greatest performance of all time. We're going to break it all down. Plus, the A's first-round pick, Jamie Arnold, makes his first trip to Sacramento as the team introduces him for the first time. And later, I'm going one-on-one with another first-round pick, Tyler Soderstrom. But first, rookie shortstop Jacob Wilson heads to the IL.
Yes, the A's are going to have to live a little bit without their all-star shortstop. Jacob Wilson is heading to the 10-day IL with a fractured left forearm. The timeline for his absence is still uncertain, but manager Mark Kotze said he's optimistic Wilson will return this season. So, Kevin, Jacob Wilson has been such a huge piece for this team, not only this season, but moving forward for the future. How do you handle such a delicate situation when you're talking about the health of one of the faces of the franchise at a time where postseason chances might not really be in the realm or consideration for this season, might be out of reach?
Yeah, you definitely want to think long-term here instead of short-term, but at the same time, if he's healthy, you don't want to deny the player the shot at that Rookie of the Year as well. The A's broadcasters have talked about the importance of protecting the player from himself, because the player's always going to push themselves to play. So this is a situation where the A's are going to make sure that the right thing is done for the player and the franchise.
Okay, all right, so from one rookie to another. It's
0-1, driven the other way and down for a hit. Now he goes inside out, deep to left. Forget about that baseball. 1-2, high in the air, deep left center field. Traveling back is Hummel, and it is off the wall. 0-1, in the air to deep left. Houston, you do have a problem. His name is the Big Amish. First pitch. Oh, my!
Oh, my goodness.
Swing and a drive, deep to left. He's done it 4 times.
It's a nickname worth saying, the Big Amish. A's broadcaster Dallas Braden consistently shouts it, but teammate Max Schumann is actually responsible for it. The moniker is a callback to Kurtz's youth growing up in Lancaster, PA, known for its large Amish population. And speaking of large, just take a look at these numbers, Kevin. From the 6'5", 240-pound man, last Friday, 6 for 6, 4 home runs, 8 RBI, 6 runs, and 19 total bases. So, Kevin, it's just flat out remarkable stuff. Plus, one of those hits was almost a 5th homer as well. So, could this be the greatest single performance ever?
Well, let's talk about history, right? Kurtz is the first rookie player to ever do that. He's the first player to ever record 6 hits, 6 runs, 8 RBI in one game, and the first rookie to hit 4 home runs in a single game. So, greatest game ever? It's something that fans are going to have to debate. Everyone's going to have different opinions on this. I would say, though, the best game by a rookie, certainly.
Right.
And only 3 months into his big league career. So, I mean, put it in that kind of context, it's even better. First A's player, as we said, with 4 more home runs in a game, plus 19 total bases. That ties a single game record in Major League Baseball, and he's just the second player ever to go 6 for 6 with 4 home runs.
Plain insanity. Here was Kurtz after the game, along with his manager Mark Kotze, on the performance.
I don't know. You know, it still really hasn't sat in that it's actually just happened. And, you know, I had a game like that, stuff that you don't even dream about because this doesn't really happen. So it's unbelievable feeling. Glad we got the win, obviously, and to have that performance was awesome.
Tonight was special. This kid continues to just have jaw-dropping moments, and to witness that tonight, was pretty special for, I think, all of us. When he hits the ball the other way, it's like hitting it right-handed and pulling the baseball. I think the ball was hit at 109 on a backdoor breaking ball. I don't know very many guys in the game that can hit a breaking ball that's backdoor 109 and make it look like a line drive from a right-handed hitter.
Now, speaking of history, let's talk about Cooperstown. The bat the big man swung, it's headed to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Kurtz will have his own display in Cooperstown. Crazy enough, on the same weekend, Ichiro, CC Sabathia, Dave Parker, and Billy Wagner were all inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to them. But what a special moment for the rookie first baseman. Now, the excitement doesn't just stop there. Topps Trading Cards has gotten aboard the Kurtz train too.
Yeah, check this out. The historic 4-game homer will be celebrated as a special card insert. The game-worn Nike swoosh, visible and signed by Kurtz. It is a one-of-one card, and guess what? It's still out there.
I can't imagine, Kevin, how much that baby is going to be worth, but that wasn't the only thing Kurtz was autographing, because he even autographed A's broadcaster, former pitcher Dallas Braden. He wanted in on the action. So you see it right there.
Yeah, Kurtz signing Braden's personal scorecard along with the other A's broadcasters. One of the scorecards, though, is also headed to Cooperstown.
That's good stuff. Now, honestly, Kevin, this whole thing is just frankly a whirlwind. As a fan, it's intoxicating, but I just can't imagine how special Kurtz must feel. How much does this particular performance, this historic performance, what does it say about Kurtz and his ceiling as a player?
Well, I think we're only scratching the surface here, and maybe the most telling sign is the fact that he is the real deal, the way he handled everything. Just very smooth and even keeled. No drop off on the performance at the plate after all of this. We often see that when big moments happen. Kurtz is showing that he's someone who can handle the big stage. And if the A's are going to get where they expect to go in the coming years, the postseason and the World Series, that, of course, the biggest stage of all. So all of this leads to more optimism for the future.
Heading to Vegas, 22, doing all that, a lot of maturity. Now, it's all been part of an incredible month for the 22-year-old. He's won AL Player of the Week for the second time in a row, just the second A's player to do that of all time. And now he's the favorite to actually win AL Rookie of the Year, surpassing Jacob Wilson. And get this, Kurtz has even shot himself into the MVP consideration and conversation. So take a look at these numbers over his last 30 games, leading the American League in batting average, home runs, RBI, and slugging. And those were just the stats, Kevin, we can fit on the graphic. He's also leading in on-base percentage, OPS over the last 30 games, and that's all as of July 30th.
Yeah, player of the month for July is almost got to be a shoe-in here at this point. Beyond that singular performance, though, the showdown in Houston, also special for another reason, because it's the first 4-game sweep ever for the A's in Houston. And more interestingly, it is the first 4-game sweep of anybody under manager Mark Kotsay with the A's.
So good stuff there. Now, Kevin, on deck, we're taking you inside the clubhouse. I'm talking with A's insider Jessica Kleinschmidt about the injury to Jacob Wilson and more. Plus, Jamie Arnold makes his first trip to Sacramento, how the A's introduced their top draft pick.
You're watching Covering the Bases with the A's.
All right, so now I'm joined by A's insider Jessica Kleinschmidt. Jess, great to be with you. So let's start with this. Jacob Wilson, all season long been the most consistent guy for this team. Now the rookie shortstop going on the 10-day IL with that left fractured forearm. How big of a blow is this to the team, and what do you think the timetable looks like for his return?
Well, it's definitely a big blow. You have the most consistent guy on the team, an all-star hitter, of course, going down with an injury. So there's no baseball activities for him right now, but we talked to Mark Kotsay yesterday prior to the game, and he's feeling very confident that he'll be back before the season's over. The 10-day IL doesn't necessarily mean the 10-day window, so he wasn't 100% certain that it would be within that time frame. But for now, Darryl Hernandez got his call up for the 2025 season. He'll be playing shortstop a little bit there, as well as Max Schumann, which are two great options there. But of course, losing a guy who's hitting over 300 consistently over the season, and of course how strong he is playing defensively at shortstop, that's gonna it's going to ruin a little bit. But at the same time, that's why they have the resources of Max Schumann and Daryl Hernandez.
Right. Okay. And now before we get to the big Amish, let's talk about two more guys dealing with some injury bug issues. Denzel Clark, Max Muncy. What's the update with them?
Yeah, Denzel Clark, actually saw him working out yesterday prior to the game. He was running a little bit and he's throwing. I don't believe baseball activities are quite there yet with that right adductor injury. And for Max Muncy, he's looking pretty good as well. When it comes to those fractures, those are kind of those iffy timelines. And obviously Jacob Wilson is going through that as well. But he's been doing some baseball activities for himself, which is obviously a good sign heading into it. He's had a fantastic season as well, especially defensively. So having him miss out, it feels like he was hitting his strides as well. Same with Denzel Clark. So when those things get cut off, it's not always the best attitude, but at the same time, they'll be back sooner rather than later.
Okay, now speaking of Schumann, I saw he's the guy responsible for the moniker of the Big Amish. Nick Kurtz, rookie first baseman, taken the league by storm, originally from Lancaster, PA. Of course, big, large Amish community there. And listen, they churn out the butter, and this guy's churning out some butter. I mean, that game from last Friday, going 6 for 6. Tell us, I mean, what he accomplished. Jess, you've seen a lot over your years of covering this team. Have you seen anything like that before? How did you react to that game?
I still don't know if I have the words, but every word that has been used, I'll sign off on it. But I actually did talk to him and I asked him if there's anything around his career that compared to it. And he said maybe the 6 hits, but the amount of homers, absolutely not. And also he has churned butter before. It's very difficult. He did it during a field trip, I believe in middle school. So
I did it too. I'm from the Philadelphia, so I've done it. It's actually pretty hard. You gotta be
exactly.
You gotta be 6'4", 240.
Kurtz cannot do, and that's churn butter. It's the one thing he cannot do. But yeah, Schumann's from the Midwest as well, so of course he's the one that gave him that nickname. But the thing about Kurtz is his advanced approach at the plate, and I'll say it every single day because you have to remind yourself he's only 22 years old, and that's what they saw in the front office when they drafted him. He hits to all fields. He's able to walk a little bit more, and that's only getting better. We haven't even touched the defensive end. He ended Tuesday's win with a fantastic play at first base, and that kind of ended things. And it was great to talk to Kotz about that. And it's just the Nick Kurtz way, and it's great to watch him and to know that he's also a gamer. And it's one of those things where he's kind of a quiet leader, especially for his young age, that I've been able to observe in the clubhouse. But yeah, he's got stuff in the Hall of Fame only a few months into his big league career, so that's kind of big of accomplishment if you ask me.
100%. And plus, I mean, one of those homers almost could have been a 5th. So, I mean, it's just crazy the game he had. She's the best. It's Jess Kleinschmidt, a must follow on Twitter, X, and Instagram. Thanks so much, Jess.
Thanks for having me.
And throwing up the ceremonial first pitch is A's first round pick, Jamie Arnold.
The A's introduced 11th overall pick of the MLB draft, Jamie Arnold, on Monday. He threw out the ceremonial first pitch ahead of the team's game against Seattle. Now, the A's 2025 first-round pick spent the afternoon with the team and the media after making his deal with the A's official. Arnold is a lefty with a unique delivery, something that we saw develop nicely during his time at Florida State. Manager Mark Kotze got to spend some time with the A's top pick, signaling to his maturity and baseball IQ. Reporter Bridget Molche from Sports Illustrated noted that Arnold lit up about the prospect of playing in Las Vegas one day, saying of the new park, quote, "It will probably be the best park in baseball." He joined the A's broadcast and spoke about the prospect of eventually getting to the bigs with Nick Kurtz and Jacob Wilson.
Coming into it, I mean, this is such a young team that, like, all these guys are, you know, within a couple years of me, so it wasn't crazy, honestly. Like, I know if you go to, like, the Dodgers or something, like, everyone that's kind of like, oh, you're a little, like, right. This is crazy. Right. But, yeah, no, I mean, obviously, like, these guys were, you know, Kurtz I pitched against, and then obviously, like, Wilson, they were in college when I was, so it wasn't too crazy, but, you know, everyone's super nice, everyone was welcoming, and it was fun. It was an awesome day.
So where is he going to be assigned this summer? Well, we don't really know yet. It hasn't happened, but likely going to head out to Lansing in Single A or Double A Midland to begin with. There is a chance he shows up in Las Vegas later this season with the Aviators. If not, he should be here sometime next year.
All right, after the break, Kevin is going one-on-one with another A's first-round pick, Tyler Soderstrom. Hear from the A's 2020 top pick after the break.
You're watching Covering the Bases with the A's.
It's 1930, and the A's have finally dethroned the Yankees. They reign supreme over the baseball world again. And in this week's Green and Gold segment, we're following up last week's coverage of the 1929 World Series win to see if the A's can repeat. 1930 was the year of Lefty Grove. He led both leagues in wins, earned run average, and strikeouts, winning the pitching Triple Crown. Oh, and he also led the league in saves for good measure. Al Simmons won his first batting title, hitting .381, and the A's ran away with another American League pennant. The St. Louis Cardinals were waiting for them in the World Series, a team known as the Gas House Gang, full of characters, guys named Dizzy, Sonny Jim, Wild Bill, Ol' Stubblebeard, and the Wild Horse of the Osage. The teams split the first two games, and with an all-important Game 5, tied at 0 in the ninth, and a runner on, Jimmy Fox blasted a go-ahead 2-run homer, and the A's won. Game 6 was a breeze, 7-1 A's, and all of a sudden, another dynasty was taking shape with 2 straight World Series championships. They'd go for 3 straight in 31 and put up a franchise record that still stands, 107 wins, easily bringing home another American League pennant. Lefty Grove one-upped himself, putting up one of the greatest pitching seasons ever, winning 31 games and a second consecutive Triple Crown. And Al Simmons won another batting title, this time hitting .390. Since then, the only player with a better full-season average was Ted Williams 10 years later. The A's would get a rematch in the Fall Classic, with the Cardinals coming in much improved. They traded wins for the first 6 games of the series, coming down to a deciding Game 7 in Missouri. The Cards won it 4-2, ending the A's dreams of a three-peat. All right, so kind of ending on a sour note, but still 3 straight pennants while Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig are still in their primes in New York. That's impressive. We're going to find out whether the A's could keep it up next week on Green and Gold Throwback.
In a team of budding superstars, sometimes Tyler Soderstrom gets lost in the shuffle. But the A's 2020 first-round pick is putting up solid numbers with 19 home runs and 60 RBI so far this season. At the plate or in the field, Soderstrom really has become a reliable and important player for Mark Kurtz.
And this one to left as well. Soderstrom this time will go down to the slide and make the catch.
Tyler Soderstrom has become the Swiss Army knife of the A's roster.
Number 21, he's holding the catcher, Tyler Soderstrom.
Originally drafted as a catcher, Soderstrom made his way through the system behind the plate, spending significant time in Las Vegas with the Aviators. But with the trade for and emergence of Shea Langoliers, the A's switched Soderstrom to first to get his bat into the big leagues.
Tyler Soderstrom to center field. This ball has carry. This ball's back in. Tyler Soderstrom with the first homer for the Athletics in 2025.
And this season, he started with a bang, among the early leaders in home runs and slugging percentage.
Just getting further into my career, so the comfortability's there for sure, and just continuing to grow and get better as a player.
Once again, though, another wrinkle in the form of Nick Kurtz, who fast-tracked his way to the show by hitting bomb after bomb. Kurtz is the future at first, so Soderstrom was moved to yet another position, left field, somewhere that he hadn't really spent a lot of time playing in his baseball life. But Soderstrom has jumped in and put in the extra work to become proficient in the outfield.
Yeah, I feel like catching is the hardest thing to do on the field, so if you can do that, I mean, you can really do anything. That's kind of my mindset. Left's been good, the transition's been easy, just kind of out there reacting, catching the ball, so I mean, nothing really new to it. It's still the game of baseball, so it's been good.
Baseball is in Soderstrom's blood. He's yet another A's player with a father who played in the big leagues. Steve Soderstrom was taken 6th overall by the San Francisco Giants in 1993, but he had a short pitching career in the majors, making only 3 appearances in 1996. Nonetheless, the knowledge passed down from father has helped son along the way.
He definitely was there for me my whole life, growing up with him. I think it was just more of the hard work that he instilled in me, probably the biggest thing. He just kind of knows what it takes to, succeed and stay at this level. So I think the biggest thing was kind of, just making me work hard growing up and, just getting better every day.
Soderstrom bangs one to deep right. That ball is not coming back.
Now it's Tyler's time to shine, and he's rising to the challenge. Soderstrom knows this group can be special, and he's looking forward to the ride.
We play with each other in the minor leagues and now in the big leagues, so I mean it's pretty special to share the field with them up here, and it's been fun so far. You know, the potential's limitless here.
We still have more covering the bases ahead. We have a preview of the upcoming series with the Arizona Diamondbacks. A's fans get priority access to purchase season tickets in Las Vegas for just $19.01.
Now current A's season ticket members, Aviators season ticket holders, as well as Clark County residents who secure their spot on the priority access list will receive purchase priority ahead of the general fan. For more information, you can visit athletics.com/Vegas.
August for the A's will kick off with a 3-game homestand versus the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And as we're taping this on Wednesday, Arizona sits 4th in the NL West, 12 games out of first place. Of course, the Dodgers up on top.
Of course, now most likely the A's will face this trio of pitchers from the Diamondbacks. Merrill Kelly, who's 9-6 with a 3.22 ERA, then Zach Gallen and Eduardo Rodriguez on Sunday.
There's a wild card in all this, though. Arizona, a team surrounded by a lot of trade talk. They've already been sellers so far. But when you talk about the Diamondbacks, you got to mention Corbin Carroll and second baseman Ketel Marte.
Yeah, two great studs there, and there's a lot of rumors surrounding their third baseman Suarez as well.
Something we're certainly going to keep an eye on. That is a wrap for this edition of Covering the Bases with the A's. For Mike Davis and the rest of the team, I'm Kevin Bowling.
Yes, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back next week. Until then, be good and go A's.